everybody, welcome to Just for Women Africa, and my name is Ololeko Amosot, the founder of Just for Women Africa. Today on the show, we're going to talk in tourism. We have with us the creative director of Location Ghana in the name of Precious Hanah. She'll be talking to us about herself, about Location Ghana. She'll some of them from the UK to Ghana. She'll be talking to us about that and anything else that comes up during the conversation. So stick around and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Just for Women Africa. I will have those Precious. Precious, welcome to Just for Women Africa.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah, welcome, Precious. All right, Precious. Before we get into Location Ghana, talking about what you do at Location Ghana, tell us a little bit about yourself. We know you were based in England, the UK, and you moved to Ghana. Could you talk to us about that? Why did you decide to move back to Ghana?
After a very long time, like many young people in the diaspora right now, you would come to Ghana for holiday with your parents. And I always used to say that I was my mom's handbag. So I never really got to enjoy and explore Ghana and really understand the joys of it. But in my adult years, so when I turned 20, I came back again with my parents. It was a family trip. And I don't know if anyone has experienced this, but you know that feeling when you land, you get off the plane and that like hot air just hits you in the face, and that air just feels like home. So I landed that time. I was just like, wow, this is where I want to be.
Okay, so having moved back to Ghana, what are some of the culture shocks, look at, which is totally different from the UK?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you and say that it's not really culture shocks because, growing up in the UK, your house is basically Ghana and outside is London and the UK. So I feel like I grew up with a lot of, Ghanaian ways, Ghanaian culture within my family, especially like church community, I would definitely highlight church community. So there wasn't really much shocks for me. The one that I think what really kind of hurt my feelings is something that I fight my mum with today. So when I was growing up, I used to speak. I'm Fanti. My mum and family is from Winneba. So I used to speak Fanti, and then as a kid, when I would come to Ghana, because the communities are predominantly Ashanti and they speak Chi, I would mix Fanti and Chi together. And you're coming from London, so my family, my cousins, they would laugh at me, and I would be like a bit skeptical to speak. But then, my mum would encourage me, keep speaking. And then when I got to school in the UK, as in primary school, the teachers told my mum, you shouldn't speak multiple languages because it's going to slow her down. It's going to bring her back. And I think that fear of, being held back a year or two because of having multiple languages kind of scared my mum. So I wasn't allowed to speak the languages anymore, which I hate. Like right now, I really hate because I can understand Fanti, I can understand Chi, but I wish I can speak it fluently. I always tease her and say my bride price would be so much higher if I could speak Fanti and just, flex on everybody. But yeah, so that's the one thing that just, I found very frustrating because I don't, so many people in the UK, like UK is a multicultural place. And, you have people from different walks of life and everyone, you've got European people, Asian people, they all speak their languages and English. And I don't know, I felt like, why did it have to be different for us? Why did we have to lose that? So, yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to something that you love doing, which is Location Ghana, which you're the creative directors for. Could you talk to us? What is actually Location Ghana all about?
Okay, so Location Ghana, I'll give you a backstory. Location Ghana was actually started by my partner. This was during the time when COVID literally kicked off and we were on lockdown. Ironically, at the time, I was in the UK and he was in Ghana and we didn't know each other. And he just thought he wanted to come up with a way how he can, highlight the beauty of Ghana, because at that time, that was when Year of Return and Beyond Return was happening, right? So people had come and explored the beauty of Ghana and he didn't want that to die. So he was wondering, how can I show, what Ghana has to offer while we're all locked down? So he started Location Ghana. And when he started, I remember he followed me when he had 250 followers, and he was literally just following content creators within the space, within Ghana. And I remember every time he would post something, I always tease him that I thought I was talking to a girl. So I thought it was just, I was just making a new friend. So he would post something, I'm like, I can't believe I didn't know this was here. And, I call myself a content creator and a blogger, and I didn't know half of the places he was posting. And we would always go back and forth, this is amazing. I can't wait to come back and things like that. And eventually, I found out it was a young man I was talking to. And Location Ghana literally started with just highlighting the beauty of Ghana. And then as we started talking and dating, that's when we decided, you know what, we both have a passion for like travel. So what can we do to like grow the business? So we started organizing small tours, which became bigger tours. And for the past 2 years, we've been running tours. And our three main regions are Central Region, Eastern Region, and Greater Accra Region, and Volta Region as well. I shouldn't leave that out. So yeah, so that's how it started. And yeah, we're just trying to, grow from strength to strength in Jesus' name.
All right, so let's talk about the tourism industry in Ghana. Do you think there's more growth for potential in Ghana? Because a lot of people complain that they go 5 years, come back, but it's still the same tourist sites in Ghana.
Yes, I mean, I agree with both sides of the coin right now. So right now in Ghana, when we first started, our biggest problem was maintenance, right? So when we started, I always said that we would have to go. So my partner is called Kujo. So I would always say that Kujo and I have to go and like scout the places that we are going to take people, because I never want a situation where we go somewhere and it's not up to standard for our guests, So we would always go and see what's happening, and then make sure we're in communication with the different places. What new things are they bringing to, up their game and stuff like that. So I'll give you an example. Like Shice Hills Resource Reserve has been there for many years. And, they're trying to add new activities to make sure that they're keeping themselves, relevant and stuff like that. So now you can do quad biking there. And I mean, you can always do camping and glamping. I don't know if you've heard of glamping, So there are some spaces where you can see that they are trying to improve and trying to do more. I always feel like, as much as you think, for example, we do a Cape Coast tour a lot, and something like the Cape Coast tour is very popular with our African American or Black American audiences. And we used to think that people would get bored of doing that, but you'll be surprised that there are so many people that are yet to also explore these things. And obviously, those that have already been, they want more, they want to do more and explore more. So I do believe there is space for new, fun, vibrant things, especially educational things. I feel like our tours as well, what I really love about Ghana tourism is that as much as even though you're going somewhere to definitely have fun and enjoy yourself, you learn something in the process. So one of our very popular tours is our quad biking tour. But when we go, during our peak season, we go to Abri Gardens and they have a tour of the garden. And sometimes I've had a group, in December, we had a group and they literally looked at us like, we're going to have a tour of trees and plants. And I was like, yeah, just wait and see. And then you have a tour guide that is actually studying, studying the plants. And he's the tour guide, one of our favorite tour guides, Maxwell. He's doing his master's in it, and he will literally talk you through the plants and the benefits and how we use it in African traditions, and how when the British came, what they were using it for. So there's so much to see and to learn. And obviously, you take beautiful pictures. Then we're taking you quad biking, so you're going for fun. And then now we're taking you to the waterfalls. And in African culture, the waterfalls mean something to like our ancestors. So we go there, and the tour guide there is also educating you and telling you about what what it means to the people in the area. So I think what we have is very beautiful. And it's also very exciting to see what we could do and how we can grow and things we can add.
Apart from the tours that you do for people who come to you, what else does Location Ghana have to offer?
Okay, so when we started when we started doing tours, as I said, we were looking for ways that we can also incorporate the things that we love. So for example, I am a YouTuber. I love traveling. I love exploring. So we want to use Location Ghana as a platform to highlight amazing made in Ghana businesses, amazing resorts here in Ghana that you can come and visit and explore, so that we can share it on our platform. And also, like I said, it's not just me, Kujo as well. He's a musician. So this year we plan to have every quarter we're going to have like a music show. So we have different themes happening. So we have like High Life Night, where we're gonna have up and coming artists who are gonna perform and have a chance to have like their music shown on our platform. And hopefully, you know, we want to collaborate with brands in the future. I'm putting it out there, you know, Spotify Africa, Audio Mac, all of these kind of brands that give opportunity for artists, you know, that want to try different music. Right now, we know Afro beats to the world, and it's growing. But you know, we have other musicians here in Ghana that want to explore different sounds. So we want to give them that opportunity to showcase their talents. And yeah, so with Location Ghana, the beauty of it is that we both have a passion for travel and we have a passion for other things. I love, for example, our African movie industry. I love it. And in the future, I hope there's something that we can do with that as well. You know, I love music. My research actually for my master's is around Afrobeats. And like I said, Kojo is a musician. So we plan to use Location Ghana, that platform, to do something with that. We even have something called music tourism as well. So we want to explore those options and definitely showcasing the beauty, and not just Ghana. Although it is Location Ghana, we want to be able to take people around Africa. So if you're in Ghana and you want to, you know, do a 5-day trip to Kenya, we want to be able to help you and connect you to other young tour operators in Kenya or South Africa, in Rwanda, in Tanzania, and, you know, so many more other African countries and around the globe.
Talking about Location Ghana, I mean, you guys have over 100,000 followers on Instagram. What are some of the challenges in running a tour company here in Ghana?
I wouldn't even just say a tour company, but just think of any like creative company, right? I always say, I'm going to say Koju's name again. I always say to Koju, like, imagine if we were in the US and we had 100,000 like followers and stuff like that. Do you know the brand deals that we could, you know, be working with? You know, do you know the doors that would possibly open for us? And it would be fun to have more collaborations with like airlines and you know, like Expedia booking services and things like that. So sometimes it feels like a little bit of a limitation, but we're here in Ghana, and even though we have the numbers, we have the audience, we're just missing something. There's a missing ground there. I do believe it's up to us to put the work in to figure out what we are missing and what we can do to you know, close that gap. And it's something that we are constantly working on. In terms of tourism, it would be how can I say, it would be fun. Again, I would say in Ghana, it's not the same as the US, as in businesses understanding the power of like social media right now, and influencer deals and brand deals and content creating deals, where they will say, oh, you know what, like come to our space and, you know, do this for us and advertise for us. You know, mainly it's more about the money, and either they don't want to spend the money, or they want to see money and things happening now. So it's just about, we find it like we're always trying to prove ourselves, like, yes, we are worth it. Yes, our numbers are real, you know. It's not bought, it's organic. It's an organic flow in. Yeah.
So what do you think can be done, you know, for creative industries in Ghana to be able to get those brand deals, like you mentioned, you know, probably the airlines, the hotels, the footwears internationally? What do you think can be done so that creative industries like those, like yours, are able to tap into that?
Honestly, I can honestly say I don't know, but what I do know is that I'm learning along the way. I've realized, I mean, networking is one of my favorite things. I I'm the networking, I can say I'm the networking princess, like, because I just generally like talking. So I love meeting new people. I love seeing people. I love hearing people's different stories. And obviously, in the process of networking, you meet people in different industries. And the idea is that as you're meeting new people, especially in Ghana, I always say, when I first moved here, I was like, you can literally go to like a lounge or a club or a bar, and you're actually having a business meeting and you don't know, because the person you're talking to works for this company, and you know, you can find a way to link yourselves with one another and grow your business. So I feel like we have to do a lot of networking, a lot of communication, a lot of partnerships, less gatekeeping. We need to get rid of gatekeeping, you know. And yeah, so for me, I still feel like I'm learning along the way. There's a lot of research that I have to do. I also feel like we definitely need to put ourselves out there a lot more. Not being afraid to you know, like, in terms of putting ourselves out there, like approach certain brands and say, you know what, we're actually here, like, use us, we want to work with you, like, what can we do to show you that we are worth your time and your money and your energy. So yeah.
All right, Precious. As we round up the interview, what's your advice to women out there in Ghana and the rest of the world who feel the daily struggles of being a woman and who feels a man's world and all?
Ooh, that is a very good question. There's so many things going through my head right now. I mean, growing up, we've heard this saying that it's a man's world, it's a man's world. But you know what, being in Ghana and even just being within the African community, women, we know that, the world will not revolve, will move around like it does if we are not in it and if we're not strong and if we're not, looking after ourselves, and loving one another and encouraging one another. Like the world needs us. And I don't personally, for myself, I don't like comparing myself to men and stuff like that. I feel like in this world we do better working together. I know different people have different opinions, and that's fine. But I say, like, let's work together, let's build together, let's encourage one another, let's love ourselves, let's love one another, let's love our neighbors as we love ourselves, as it says. But yeah, so I would say for women, like your dreams are just as important as, let's say, your brother, your sister, your kids, your husband, your partner. Like your dreams are very important. Your dreams are valid. Your wants and your needs are over valid. Like they're needed. So please don't forget yourself. Don't get lost looking after everyone else but yourself. Remember who you are. Remember whose you are. You are God's child, and you deserve to have peace, and you deserve to be able to have like freedom of mind, peace of mind, that if you go out for your dreams, you shouldn't have to feel guilty that you're leaving anything or anyone behind. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, Precious. Thanks a lot for being on with us on the show. Really appreciate it. We look forward to interviewing again. Wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And to all of yours in Ghana who are watching, do not forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend who knows a friend about Just Women Africa. And from Precious and I here in Accra, Ghana, it's been bye.